I just have some removable vinyl here that I'm going to use. Just gonna press this all down. And my Cricut is ready to go. I'm gonna click on vinyl and we're going to start cutting this out. And away we go. While this is cutting, I can bring in my mugs, which I just washed, made sure they're nice and clean. These are the mugs I'm going to use. So I'm going to put the names on this side, and then I think I'm going to put a little picture here too. But I'm going to cut these out first and maybe just kind of play around with this placement first before I decide what I'm going to put on these. All right, we can weed these out now. Now remember, when you are weeding for a stencil or for like glass etching, you want to weed the reverse. So first things first, I'm just gonna take off this outside border, like so. This is just the excess. Now in this case, we want to remove the inside letters. So I'm going to remove all of these inside letters. And I'm going to do that with all of them. So I have them all weeded out. Now make sure you're not losing these little pieces in the center of your, like the A and the E. They want to pop off, but we need to keep them in there. So stick them back down. Just making sure that they're all still there, which they are. Oh, look at this, is all cattywampus. So let's fix that. There we go. Now I'm going to take some scissors and cut these apart. And then we need to put some transfer tape on them, and they will be ready to transfer onto our beer mugs. I just saw this little piece here. Oh my goodness, where did it come off of? The E. So where'd it go? Up here. It's trying to escape. So we'll turn this around and put it right there. Now, like I said, I'm using removable vinyl. You can use permanent vinyl as well, but I have all this removable vinyl, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to use it. So let's trim that apart. And like so. Now this has got this little sticky on here still, so I'll remove that. So those are ready to go now. I'm going to bring in my transfer tape, which I need to order some more. And then we're just going to put these down here. And again, we will trim them apart, and then we will be ready to start applying the stickers onto the beer mugs. Like so. Trim this off here. And make sure you're scraping these down from both the front and the back. You want to make sure that that vinyl is sticking to the transfer tape. And again from the front. And now I'm going to trim these apart. I will trim off this on the edge here. And that's it. We are now ready to start applying these onto our cups. So I'm just going to grab one just to see. I know I want to put them on this side so that when they're holding their mugs, their name and everything is pointing outwards. Maybe what I'll do is I'll line up this top edge of my vinyl with the top of the glass. So I'm just going to trim this right close to that vinyl, and then that can go right up to there, and then I can just center it here. So I'm just going to line that up like so. Yeah, I think that'll work good. And then I can just make sure that it's centered. So if I line up both of these edges and just kind of press, my center is right here. So let's just put this one on, and then I will repeat the same process for all of the others. So we'll remove that backing. So my center, I have to see where I'm at here, is right about here. It looks crooked for you guys, but it's not for me. So then I can just press that down and over. And it's crooked. The nice thing about the removable vinyl is you can adjust it. That's straight. There we go. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to push this down. I'm going to use my scraping tool. And I'm going to remove this transfer tape. And I'm pressing down with my thumb, holding that, making sure that vinyl's sticking. Now just go slow when you're going over where your letters are. Kind of pull it straight back on itself. Like this. Whoops. Lay that back down. I'll come back and straighten that up in a second. Oops, and that one's wanting to come up, so we'll come the other way. There we go. So push that all down. Straighten this one up. So I'll just use my weeding tool to help straighten that up like that. And I take my finger and I press down all around these letters because we do not want any of this lifting up. Otherwise the etching cream will go down in behind it and it'll make a mess. So now this is ready for the etching cream to go. All right. So I went ahead and weeded my design, which is this one here. I'm just going to put my transfer tape on. And I always scrape from the front and the back. This just ensures that everything is sticking to the transfer tape. And then we just peel the backer off. Easy, make sure you're not pulling up any of the little pieces. I'll bring in my little tray thing here. I'm going to zoom out a bit. There we go. Okay, oh, I have a spot here I need to fix. You never want to put anything on without it being clean. So I just use rubbing alcohol, a 70%. See, there's just some glue there. So we'll wipe that up and we'll give it a second to dry, and then we can put our stencil on. This is dry, so now we can put this on. I'm going to cut it down. It's just a bit big. So I'm just going to cut it down, and I'll just be very careful when I'm putting on the etching cream. Right about like that. So you push it down, and now we can take the transfer tape off. There we go. I find that if you take and pull your transfer tape flat, like flush with the item, it comes off really easy. So we'll just take that off. And again, I still want to take and push down. And make sure you are wearing gloves, because this is an acid and it can absolutely eat at your skin. If it's going to eat glass, it'll eat at your skin. So now I'm going to apply a thick coat of the Armor Etch, like so. You want to make sure everything is all covered. So you want to put a fairly liberal coat. And then we're going to set a timer for 15 minutes. So because this is a round surface, I want to make sure that the glass etching cream does not drip down onto the rest of the glass, because it will etch it. Whatever it touches, it will etch. Okay, and then I'm just going to sit here and move it around. And I do this for 15 minutes. I almost forgot to do her name. So you just want to make sure that you get your cream everywhere, and I do a thick coat. Just like that. And now we'll wait the 15 minutes. Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes starting now.
I'll be back when the 15 minutes is up. Okay, so there's our timer. So we'll shut it off. And now what we need to do is remove this excess Armor Etch and put it back into our jar, because we can reuse it. Absolutely. Do not throw it away. So this Armor Etch container will last for years and years. And as you're taking this off, just make sure that you're not touching the glass anywhere, and get off as much as you can. Then we'll take this into a sink and we will wash it. So I'm going to put the lid back on my container, and I'm going to take my brush because I'm going to wash it as well, and let's go and rinse this off. All right, so I'm just in my bathroom. I'm just going to rinse this off. You want to make sure you rinse this off because it's still active, right? So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to wash all of this off. So I'm washing it away from where the rest of the glass is. And I'm careful not to get any of the glass etching cream anywhere else. Just using water. I'm not using any soap or anything at the moment. Okay, and now we can start peeling this off. Now, if you want, you can use your picking tool. You just want to be careful that you don't scratch the glass is all. I'm just using my nail. So now that that's all done, I give it another good rinse, and it's all done. I'm going to take this upstairs to my kitchen sink, and I'm going to give it a really good wash, make sure there's no acid anywhere on these before anybody uses them. And I'll show you in just a minute what they all look like. Here we go. So I got them all done. So let me show you the one we did together, which is this one. How am I going to get you? Oh, I'll just show you with my shirt behind it. So this is my daughter's name, and then I put a horse on there. So that turned out so nice. And then this is for my husband. It's got a guitar with some flames. And for my sister, with a moon and a butterfly. Thought that was kind of pretty. And then I've got for my son, it's got a dragon on it. And for my son-in-law, it's got a Bernese mountain dog. Can you see him? And then for my daughter-in-law, got a bunch of books, a stack of books. You know, I think they turned out great. I just wanted to show you how you can make personalized gifts so quick and easy with really not a lot of supplies, and they really don't take that long at all. And you know, so with these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put their favorite beverage, a can, inside of each one of these. I just wanted to thank you again for joining me today on Krista So Crafty. I really appreciate you being here. Your support to me and my channel means so much, and I really hope you know that. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, and click on the bell to receive notification every time I upload a new video. Happy crafting!